Alright, so we're off to go get some petrol here. As you can see, we're running pretty low. Petrol prices are pretty fucked at the moment. The place I'm going now has the second cheapest petrol in the state or something. That's 248.9 cents, which is pretty fucked. I have to get 98 because the old Subi's turbocharged. Yeah. High compression. It's not like it's bad on petrol, this thing, but we're doing 11.2 liters per 100 kilometers at the moment. Yeah, it's not like it's particularly terrible. It's just the petrol's fucking expensive. I mean, Australia, we're sitting on some of the biggest oil reserves on the planet, and we're just giving it away for free to these multinational gas companies. When something happens like this, what Trump's doing, bombing Iran, and them closing the that Strait of Hormuz, and then everyone's shocked when the price goes up. Well, fucking of course. We're not producing any petrol here. We were for a while back in the day, but they've since shut down. I mean, we wouldn't be feeling it as hard if we were producing petrol locally in the country. But no. For whatever reason, the government's decided that's not a good idea. And yeah, everyone else has to cop the fallout. Like, Aussie teachers pay more tax than these. They pay more in tax. Yeah, that is fucking ridiculous. These billion-dollar companies versus teachers getting taxed on their income. The backbone of the country. I don't love talking politics, but lately it's kind of become one of the only things to talk about. When it costs more than $100 to put a full tank in. It's even worse if you got a diesel. Beer drinkers paid more in tax on their beers than these oil and gas companies. I haven't done heaps of research, but it just, I don't think you have to. Like, we're not producing our own petrol. Some big event like hits the world, and then people go, oh, why is our fuel so expensive? It's pretty fucking obvious, we're not making any. Even though we sit on some of the biggest oil and gas reserves in the globe. Anyway, let me tell you about why my car needs 98 octane, not 91. Why I need the expensive stuff. And why, if your car has the expensive stuff, that's why you're paying a premium. Because you can compress 98 harder than you can compress 91 and 95 without it exploding. So you compress your 91 fuel, you squeeze it really hard, it's just gonna ignite itself, essentially. And 95, you can squeeze it a bit harder, but it's going to ignite itself eventually. And so will 98, but you can compress it much harder than 91 or whatever. That's why for high compression engines, so high performance motors like these turbocharged cars, that's why you need a fuel that you can compress really hard and then choose to ignite it when it's ready to be ignited. So at the top of the stroke. I tell this to everyone, they all get bored halfway through, but I figure it's interesting. It's relevant. You know, you say, why don't you just put the cheap stuff in? Well, because it's gonna blow up my motor. Yeah, so the downside of pre-ignition is if your fuel pre-ignites before it's at the top of the stroke, it's gonna cause a lot more heat, and heat is bad for engines. Heat and wear on the cylinder walls, not good. And heat and wear on your valves, not good. Eventually lead you to catastrophic engine failure. But yeah, so just put in the right petrol. Guys, don't, I know it's fucking expensive, but swapping your engine's gonna be a lot more expensive. We got an 80 zone coming up here, so we'll engine noise. And my car's not... People think it chugs petrol because it's loud, but... No, that's not exactly how it works. Did I decide to leave it like peaking? Yeah, I did. That's bad. It's unwise. Oh, I bet the servo's gonna be busy as. It's the second cheapest petrol in New South Wales. Cheapest in Sydney by a long way. Saw a couple of stations were like up at $2.80. Just mental. Mental. But yeah, wanted to do a driving video. I hope the quality and the audio quality is alright. Let's have a look if we're still recording here. Fucking fingers crossed. Yeah, we're still going. Thank goodness. The steering wrap looks a bit whack. That was me doing that. Cheap steering wheel wrap. Yeah, it's just keeping it tight. That's the hard part. That little string they give you. This custom little install here. Pretty cool. Got a bit of Moog music on there. I had to make a custom loom for that one. Let me know if you guys want a tutorial. Any Liberty drivers. This is the GT Spec B, so came factory with Macintosh speakers, center speaker and stuff, an amp. Sounds good, but I had to do some custom wiring in there to get it working. Black and white diagrams with the colors labeled. BR brown, GR green, etc. Ducked down to J car a couple of times. Yeah, sorted. Jesus, this is not particularly entertaining driving. This shift boot, shift knob, new, installed by yours truly. Pretty cool. I gotta fix this knob. It's snapped off. How do we? Let's go this way. Chuck a U at the roundabout so I don't get stuck turning left to get stuck like those folks. I don't want to be stuck like those folks. Gonna record a little bit here because we got a little mini tunnel. You get some exhaust noise. Anyway, I know that's pretty antithetical to my whole rant just now about the fuel prices, but in reality, I think it's crazy you have to like restrict yourself because of these prices. Out of my control. Sure, I can control how flat I put my foot, but it's not going to make that much of a difference ultimately. I drive normal most of the time, and just every now and then I flat-foot it a little bit. But ultimately, like, if you got a fun car and you like driving, have a bit of fun with it. No break, get doing like 120 in a school zone, but alright, I'm gonna do some closing thoughts here because I'm almost at my destination. It's not great at the moment, but you know, things will get better. Maybe they won't, but people are resilient. Yeah, no, this is just coming from a place where I just saw someone very stressed looking in their car. They were hands on their head, like, I don't know what they were stressed about obviously, but just wanted to say to them, like, it's gonna get better, you know. There's gonna be some rough patches so that the good times feel good, I guess. And there's always gonna be those rough patches, but you know, what can you do? Yeah. It's balance. It's a balancing act. I didn't mean to get all introspective at the end here. It's just some closing thoughts. Got an R36 in front of us. Very cool. V6 Passat. Pretty cool. The wagons are a lot cooler, but you know, that one still goes alright. Yeah, I think that's a good note to close on. fade out with some cruising. Yeah. In the next video, I reckon Galston Gorge. Yeah. Proper driving video. Hopefully when it's not too, it's been closed for a while. Hopefully I'll head there when it's not too busy, but yeah, it gets better, guys. We'll be right.